Hello friends, welcome back to our channel, and back with me again, Joseph, your host. Ever wondered what you would do if your own colleagues turned against you? Imagine being a bishop, known for protecting the poor and vulnerable, only to be falsely accused by your own clergy. This is the incredible story of Saint Egwin, a man whose faith was tested in the most dramatic ways. His journey involves shackles, a mysterious key, a miraculous fish, and a divine vision that led to the founding of one of England's greatest abbeys. Stick around to hear how this 7th century saint turned persecution into a legacy that would last for centuries. Saint Egwin was born into a noble family in 7th century Anglo-Saxon England. He was a descendant of Mercian kings and even the nephew of King Tillard of Mercia. With such royal blood, he could have pursued a life of power and luxury. Instead, he chose a different path. As a young man, he entered a monastery, dedicating his life to God as a Benedictine monk. His piety and leadership qualities didn't go unnoticed. Around the year 692, Egwin was consecrated as the 3rd Bishop of Worcester. As a bishop, he quickly gained a reputation for being a champion of the downtrodden. He was a protector of orphans, a guardian of widows, and was known for his fair judgment. He took his role seriously, seeking to uphold Christian morals and discipline among his flock and his clergy. However, his high standards weren't popular with everyone. Some of the clergy found his rules, especially concerning clerical celibacy and moral conduct, far too strict. They began to resent his authority and complain about his leadership. This discontent grew until a group of them, with the support of the king, made official complaints against him. Egwin found himself in a difficult position, with his reputation and ministry on the line. Faced with these serious accusations, Egwin decided to travel to Rome to plead his case directly before Pope Constantine. But this wasn't going to be an ordinary pilgrimage, according to a famous legend. To show his penance and the seriousness of his purpose, Egwin did something extraordinary. He locked his own feet in iron shackles, and in a profound act of faith, threw the key into the River Avon. He was entrusting his journey and his freedom entirely to God. His long journey to Rome was arduous. As he and his companions crossed the Alps, they ran out of water and became desperately thirsty. Some in his group, who were perhaps skeptical of his piety, started to mock him. They sarcastically asked him to pray for water, just as Moses had done in the desert. But others, who believed in his holiness, genuinely pleaded with him to pray for their relief. Egwin knelt down on the hard rock and prayed with all his heart. When he stood up, an incredible miracle occurred. A spring of clear, fresh water gushed forth from the very rock he had been kneeling on. His companions were astonished. This divine sign silenced the doubters and affirmed to everyone that God was indeed with him on this journey. After this, they continued their trek and finally arrived in Rome. Egwin went straight to the tomb of the apostles to pray. While he was there, one of his servants went to the market and bought a fish caught in the River Tiber for their meal. When the servant cut the fish open, found something unbelievable inside its belly. The very same key that Egwin had thrown into the River Avon back in England. This was the ultimate sign. Egwin took the key, unlocked his shackles, and went to meet the Pope. When Pope Constantine heard the story and saw the evidence of these miracles, he knew Egwin was innocent. The case against him was dismissed, his name was cleared, and he was fully exonerated. With his reputation restored, Egwin returned to England, but his story was far from over. Soon after his return, a swineherd named Eof came to him with an amazing tale. Eof reported that while he was tending his pigs in a forest clearing, he had a vision of the Virgin Mary. Intrigued, Egwin went to the spot himself. There he experienced the very same vision. Virgin Mary appeared to him and instructed him to build a church in her honor on that very site, obeying the heavenly command. Egwin founded Evesham Abbey. The name Evesham literally means Eof's meadow or Eof's home, named after the humble swineherd who first received the vision. The abbey, dedicated to Our Lady, grew to become one of the most magnificent and important Benedictine monasteries in all of medieval England, a major center for pilgrimage and Marian devotion for hundreds of years. One of the last significant acts of St. Egwin's life was his participation in the Council of Cloveshow, an important church meeting. He spent his final years at the abbey he had founded, a place born from a miracle. St. Egwin died on December 30th, 717, and was buried at Evesham Abbey. After his death, His tomb became a site of pilgrimage, and many miracles were attributed to his intercession. Legacy as a protector of the vulnerable and a man of unshakable faith lived on. In religious art, he is often depicted as a bishop holding a fish with a key in its mouth, a powerful symbol of his incredible journey and the miracles that vindicated him. Sadly, the magnificent Evesham Abbey and St. Egwin's tomb were destroyed in 1540 during the dissolution of the monasteries, but his story endures. St. Egwin's life reminds us that true authority comes from humility. That even in the face of false accusations and overwhelming opposition, faith can lead to miraculous outcomes. It's a testament to trusting in a higher purpose, even when it means shackling your own feet and throwing away the key. What can we take away from the life of St. Egwin? His story is about more than just miracles, it's about integrity. When his character was attacked, he didn't just fight back with words. He embarked on a journey of penance and faith, trusting that truth would prevail. It's a powerful lesson in standing firm in your convictions while remaining humble. His life also poses a question to all of us. What do you put your faith in? Egwin placed his entire trust in God, even in the darkest of times. We all have faith in something, whether it's science, a philosophy, or a spiritual belief. Egwin's story suggests that faith isn't just a passive belief. It's an active trust that guides our actions, gives us strength in adversity, and can sometimes lead to results that seem impossible. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the life of St. Egwin of Worcester. If you found this story inspiring, please give this video a like, share, subscribe to the channel for more incredible stories from history. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you won't miss our next video. Take care, everyone. Stay safe and healthy as usual. See you next time, and God bless you always.